Let's talk about something that doesn't usually get called out directly, and it's about excuses. I'm not talking about loud ones or the obvious ones. I'm talking about the quiet ones, the socially acceptable ones, and the ones that sound reasonable. Because most dreams don't die in failure, they die in justification. And they die in the later, or they'll die in the when things calm down, or I'm just not ready yet. And I'm not trying to talk down to you. I'm actually talking with you because I fight this consistently myself. It is always easier to take the easy street. Always. Comfort is never far away, and it is persuasive. And comfort is patient, and it will wait for you every single day. Growth will not. And I've had to learn this the hard way over and over. And if you want change in your life, you have to manufacture it yourself. No one is going to come and install discipline into your schedule. No one is going to hand you consistency. And no one's going to force you to chase your potential. Nothing changes if nothing changes. That's not a slogan, that's metaphorical physics. A different life requires different behavior, period. And a lot of people say they want transformation, but the negotiation with their excuses happens every morning. You say you want better health, but you keep negotiating with the blanket and the snooze button. You say you want more financial freedom, but you don't want to do the uncomfortable work after your job hours. You say you want purpose, but you avoid the risk of starting. Excuses are the poison of passion. All right? They don't attack, they sedate. They make you feel okay staying the same. And that is the most dangerous part because they also sound like your same voice inside your head that says, I deserve a break. I've been through a lot, and maybe I'll be more ready next month. And this just isn't the real time. Listen, rest is real, recovery is real, and most people are not resting, they're hiding. And there's a difference. Rest prepares you to continue, avoidance prepares you to quit. My feet are on the ground, but my dreams are in the clouds, and there is no escalator between the two. There's only climbing, and climbing is hard, and it's repetitive, and it's boring sometimes. It's uncomfortable most of the time, but that's the path. When I was training for the fire department, I knew I didn't have a margin for excuses. I wasn't the obvious candidate, and I didn't look like a safe bet on paper. That meant that I had to outwork my doubt and everyone else's. There were days I didn't feel ready, days I felt like I was getting behind, and there was a lot of days my body hurt and my confidence was low. Readiness is built, not felt. And you don't wait until you feel strong. You act until you become strong. Your mind is either going to be your greatest ally or your most convincing enemy. It'll build arguments for comfort that sound intelligent, trust me. And it will defend your stagnation like a lawyer in a courtroom. And you're going to have to cross examine your own thoughts from time to time. You're going to have to ask yourself, is this the truth or is this fear wearing logic as a disguise? And if you want what you've never had before, you've got to do what you've never done. And that includes doing things before you feel qualified, before you feel confident, or before you even feel certain. Action creates clarity, not the other way around. Most people want guarantees before they move, but movement is what creates guarantees. This life is not a rehearsal, folks. This is not a warm up round. This is not a draft version of your story. This is the one shot. The one shot doesn't mean that it's just this one moment, it means one lifetime window. A limited stretch of days where your energy, your opportunity, your awareness, and your ability all overlap. Don't waste that overlap negotiating with excuses. Aim at what you want directly, not casually, not the kind of. Lock it in. Commit publicly if you have to. And make your future harder to escape than your own comfort. Because motivation is unreliable, but discipline is trainable. And discipline will carry you across the days, motivation will abandon you. And if you're waiting to feel ready, you're going to wait forever. And if you feel like you're waiting to feel confident, confidence comes from doing. And if you're waiting for permission, well, hell, this is it. Start now. Start messy. Start tired and unsure, but just start. I love this saying by Zig Ziglar. He said, you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. All right. Now, one last thing here before I go. Dr. Miles Monroe called the graveyard the richest place on earth because it is filled with untapped potential, unwritten books, unsung songs, unmade inventions, and unfulfilled dreams that died with people. And he urged that this, rather than banks or mines, is the greatest treasure, urging people to release their potential before they leave this world. So, do me a favor. I want you to write one excuse that you've been hiding behind and the action that you're going to replace it with in the comments. Make it real, make it public, and make it harder to run from. You got this, ladies and gentlemen. Let today be the day that excuses no longer shape who you're meant to be. So, carpe momentum, my friends, and stay the course.